Hi, welcome to a little guide for combat in Assassin's Creed. Maybe you're dying a lot, or maybe you're not just being as cool as you think you can be. So here are some hints and tips on how to improve your combat. We're going to start with the very basics. This is what you don't want to happen. Obviously, this is the worst. So, first of all, you've got taking someone off guard. You push the jump button, which is A on the Xbox, and you'll knock their guard away like this and turn them around, and that leaves them open to attack. If you hit the button twice, you'll trip them. So push it once to turn them, push it again, you'll kick their legs out. So practice that on one guy for a little bit. The next thing is countering. If you push red or B on the Xbox, you'll counter them. And this will freeze time for a second, second and a half, like this. And from there you've got, well, 4 options. One is to push the jump button, and that will disarm them, like this. So counter, and then disarm. And it will hurt them a little bit too. Counter, and disarm. And that will take the weapon out of their hand, and if you're barefisted, it'll give you their weapon. The next one is counter, then counter. And if you do that, you'll throw them. So counter, and then counter again. And there's a stupid dog that got in my way. Anyway, I took him out on the ground and then finished the dog off. Stupid dog. So let's have a look at this in actual combat. Here are 2 guys. First of all, I'm going to counter an attack there. And then if you hit attack, you'll attack them. So counter, then attack. And that will finish them off. And it will only finish off the very weak guys. So those guys there, that was a throw. These guys, if you counter an attack, they'll hit you in the face and you'll lose a bit of health. And this is true of a lot of the guys who aren't just regular redcoats. That's a counter and attack. Oh no, that was a counter and disarm. Sorry. Counter, attack. So dead. This guy, counter, and you've got to disarm him. And he'll drop his weapon, and then he's going to be open for attack. Counter, disarm. Now, if 2 guys attack you together, and you counter them successfully, you'll get a little cutscene and they'll both die, which is pretty sweet. And then there's just this guy left, I think, a counter and attacking. Counter and throw. And when they're on the ground, you can also stab them, which is good to know. Counter, disarm, dead. So again, when they're disarmed, you can totally kill them. And don't be afraid to finish a fight by shooting someone in the face. Nothing wrong with that, especially if you're on low health. Okay, we've got 5 guys here. Counter, attack. Now I think we're going to look at streaks. So what you want to do for a streak is when you kill someone, just as the attack animation finishes, you can hold X and you'll do an instant kill. Unfortunately, it won't work on those guys. You still need to counter them, but you can see you can counter even during a combo. So counter, disarm these guys, the grenadiers, and then finish them off with whatever you like. And although there are lots of different weapons, the fundamentals remain broadly the same. These guys, the generals, these guys are buttholes. The only thing you can do is counter and disarm them or break their guard. So you've got to pull their weapon away. Fortunately, they tend to come when you've been in a fight for a long time, but fortunately they tend to attack together. So it's super easy to get a double kill on them. And that one's especially nice. And then this is the guy from the beginning, and he finishes me off. I'm just trying to show, if they get a combo going, it's remarkably hard to break it, because they'll keep you off guard. And then you start to worry a bit, and push all the wrong buttons. So I counter there, but then I attack him and he punches me back. And even if you counter and counter, so even if you try and throw them, they'll still hurt you. So the only thing you can do with them is either break their guard with jump, or counter them, and then push the jump button to disarm them. Okay, let's have a little bit of a look at open combat. Those guys there with the drums, they're snitches. And they will run away to get reinforcements if you don't take them out quickly. Basically, as soon as a few of the pack go down, they'll be off. See, he's off now, but fortunately there are no reinforcements around. So I counter-disarm this guy and just take him down. No, I don't. No. See, I'm attacking him there, and the problem is he'll block my guard, so I need to counter, there, disarm. But these guys aren't too bad, you can also throw them. Now these big guys will sometimes swing their axe with a big yellow button, or with a big yellow arrow, and all you have to do is dodge, and you'll roll under them, so counter, and then attack, and you'll tend to slit their throats. Okay, guard dogs, put them down quickly, they just get in the way of the fight. you'll see a mini streak here. This guy attacks me, block, attack, and then immediately push towards this guy and hold the attack button, and he'll go down. And that's just a simple 2-streak kill. Now we've got a slightly bigger group of people. So I run in and kill the first guy, counter, and I fail to counter that guy. There's a snitch running off again, but counter that one, kill him, and then you can just dart from enemy to enemy and get them all with one shot. This guy, it fails a bit, he headbutts me. So what you need to do is disarm them, but again there's a roll and attack on their big axe swing. And then that will count as the beginning of a streak too, so you can finish off the rest of the pack easily. Here's some more big guys. Again, try not to fight them in open combat, get behind them. Sometimes you won't get a good angle on them, and if you start to get down to low health, start to play it safe, don't take risks. Although that was a bit risky. See, there's another headbutt. Wait for the attack to come, dodge it, take them out, go for a streak if there's a little guy, or optionally wait to counter, take him out, and there'll just be one guy left and you can take the time here. There you go. Okay, here's another group of people. We've got a bearskin guy, a captain, and a couple of grunts. So I've taken out a grunt. Now they'll sometimes grab you from behind. In this case, just tap X button, or whatever the equivalent on the PlayStation is, and roll out of the way. You'll also see that guy shot at me, and we'll go into that in a bit more detail in a minute. But if someone shoots at you, you want to tap the jump button, and you'll grab someone nearby. And that will use them as a human shield. Let's just finish off this guy. Yeah, axe in the chest, buddy. Okay, here we've got two guys who are about to shoot at me, these two, so I grab one of them and use him as a human shield. He shoots his friend, and again that counts as the beginning of the streak, so you can use that to start a streak off if you want. But I just disarm this guy, take him out, and then this guy kind of makes a mess of me. Oh well. You can also streak the captains pretty easily. Watch out for the generals again, and this is an example of what you want to do when you're on low health. Just play it safe, disarm, and then streak if you can. There you go. And you can always easily streak the weak guys. Okay, let's have a look at some of this in combat flow. These guys are about to shoot at me, so tap the jump button, you'll grab this guy, he'll be a human shield and get shot. And then you can carry on with combat as before. And you can also block, you see, I'm in the middle of an attack, but if you're quick with your block and hold it at the right time, you'll be able to block an incoming shot. I failed to dodge that shot there, but there's just two guys left. And he comes in with a basic attack, so disarm him and then take him out. And then we're just left with the general. And don't be afraid to use your gun, I've mentioned this before. But if you, this is interesting, if you block and use Y, you'll finish him off with a gunshot, which was quite nice. And I'd never really done that before. Okay, here we are again, same pack. These guys will shoot, so take a human shield. Like that. And this time there's a bear man in the shooting line, so roll out of his way there. But he headbutts me. But again, I'm in mid-combat, but I can still block. So as long as you're quick with your blocks and you hit and hold the button as soon as you see that red arrow, you're going to be fine. And you can use a streak to break through an attack as well. And again, don't be afraid to use the gun to finish stuff off, especially if you're on low health. Now this one I think is quite a nice streak. There's a few guys, there's no one too scary, just a snitch. But start off with a block kill, and then I'm holding the direction of a bad guy, and as soon as the combat animation finishes, I'm just holding X. And it'll run towards them and take them all out. You can see there that got rid of them all pretty effectively, and then another pack comes on because the snitches alerted them, so again be aware of snitches. I don't manage to grab the guy in time, but I still don't get shot, which is lucky. And this gets a little bit messy, but it's still okay. And then streak, and you can totally streak the captains. What you can't, the guys you can't streak are the bearskin guys and the generals. They'll generally resist you, but you can use disarm as part of a streak. So if you know you're about to attack a grenadier, or someone who's going to resist an attack, you can always use a disarm attack. Okay, so that guy grabbed me, I tapped X to throw him off. And there's another guy coming in, where he attacks his friend. And again, what I like to do is wait for the opening. And this is a double attack. Sometimes the little red arrows don't appear properly either, which is a little frustrating, but what can you do? Disarm this guy, he's got a hat on. Or a black hat. And generally they'll attack 2-3 times, so if you miss the first counter, you can always pick up the second. And here we go, I think I streak now. Or do I just grab this guy? Yeah, I get him just in time to get shot, and then chase down his friends. And these two go down pretty quickly. Oh, but they've called reinforcements. So just think carefully about what's happening during combat and keep an eye on the field. And as long as you get that streak going, you can pretty much tear through guys very effectively. But again, when you're on low health, just be careful. Okay, here's a pack. It's the same pack. If you fast travel to the area in the middle, you get these guys. But open with a counter, and then just go streak to streak. Streaking here, so that's what, 4, 5, another streak, and then I get choked out. So throw him away, and you'll see the streak continues. So if you counter effectively, you can continue the streak. I failed to catch that guy, unfortunately. But he's called some friends. The dude ran off and got some buddies. Here we go. Captain coming in. No, is it going to be this guy? Block him. Attack him. Counter the captain, or streak the captain, streak this guy, and then streak this guy. So once you start to get the hang of chaining streaks together, it's very, very easy. Now here I've gone to Boston and got a whole bunch of guys just for the final scene. And the frame rate dies a little bit just because there are so many of them. But it's quite good. When there are so many of them, they often attack together. So it starts with a double kill. And you can see I'm just streaking this together at this point. And there's a guy, I'm about to get shot, so fortunately there's a guy to take that damage. And now I don't know where they are, so another double attack, and I take these guys down. And now I'm getting shot again. There's a guy over here, but I don't quite make it to him in time. The barrel gets in my way. But he goes down pretty quickly with a knee to the face. And these guys are funny, they've got little knives, and if you counter them, they'll first roll over you and then attack you from behind. But again, using the streak to finish this stuff off. And I go for a disarm as part of the streak here, but it fails quite convincingly. And you can see as long as you're pushing or holding A, you'll actually move quite a distance to grab someone. And breaking the guard on those guys is remarkably effective. Here comes the captain. He's obviously not very happy about this. And he's called 3 generals. So they tend to come in at the end of a long fight, as you'll see. And this guy's got a hold of me, so I'm tossing him over. And then again, these guys will tend to attack at the same time. So you can quite often get a cheeky double kill out of them. However, here I use him as a human shield because someone's got on a horse and he's decided to shoot me. Go for the disarm and then take him down. You can streak that guy. This guy I think nearly finishes me off. But even in a very long combat, you're going to see you can hold on quite a long time. I'm down to the last guy and it's all going a bit wrong, but I just about hold out. There we go. Disarmed and down. Anyway, hope that was useful. Let me know in the comments your favourite combat moments. Lots of love. Bye!